Here's a quick video to demonstrate an application of two of the concepts in Mike Mangini's Rhythm Knowledge Volume 2 that I use to work on my overall coordination. This isn't like playing something out of the Chapin book or practicing a Latin groove or something you point at and say, well, I learned that today. Instead, this is what I call a rising tide lifts all boats. It'll make everything that you do sit better and feel better, and that's what it's all about. I can't recommend Rhythm Knowledge highly enough to you, so definitely get the books to go into more detail about what this is really all about. But you might get the idea from this that there's some cool stuff in there. Okay, the first idea is the clockwise, counterclockwise limb system. That's just a way to organize your limb pairs and move through them in a systematized way to help you improve your balance and your coordination. The main thing about it is to be able to see a move and anticipate it and pull it off without losing the groove, and that's worth the price of the book. The lead limb moves around your body counterclockwise as you view it, and the following limb moves around your body clockwise as you view it. So here's what it looks like in eighth notes. Simple enough. The next concept is just what he calls all the permutations. And everybody practices permutations. It's really simple. If I have 4 notes on a beat, or 16th notes, I don't have to play them all. I can play one or more in different sequences, right? For example, I can play the first, the third, and the fourth. Right? I can play that in isolation, that's a permutation, or I can turn it into sticking patterns by filling in the missing notes with another limb. Say this one. Well, the obvious conclusion is put those two together, move the stickings around the limb pairs. I'll play 16th notes in 2/4. Okay? That's a great exercise, and that's a lot of work. Using the different combinations of permutations, you can come up with way more ideas than you'll find, say, in stick control or any books of sticking patterns like that. Okay, now because me and my friends are nuts and we like to do things like hit ourselves in the head with hammers, we thought we would add a third limb to this. The third limb is going to move counterclockwise, and it's going to play another permutation as a repeated figure. In this case, I'll play on the and, 1 E and a, and I'm going to move that around. My eyes will follow the sticking, so if it's kind of confusing to watch, maybe that'll help you figure it out. I'll play the same sticking pattern. See? That's a lot of work because you practice every sticking against every permutation as a repeated figure. That'll do wonders for your time. Now, to make it even more crazy, we wanted to get that fourth limb in there. Okay, so here's what happens. The main sticking will still follow the CNC as normal, and that will change. You'll practice different stickings. The remaining limbs are going to play an ostinato sticking, or a sticking that doesn't change. In this case, I'm going to play 1 E and da, 2 E and da. That's the ostinato. Every other sticking would be practiced against that until I reach a target goal, say a particular tempo that I can play it well at. Then I would change the ostinato sticking and practice every sticking on top of that. Okay, so the third limb will move counterclockwise and the fourth limb will move clockwise. So you've really got two stickings interacting with each other, constantly shifting around your body. This is ridiculously hard, and I really can't play it very well, even at an incredibly slow tempo. I foresee years of this work ahead of me, but I believe in it so much that I'm willing to do it. Okay, so I'm going to try to play this really slowly, and if I make a mistake, I'll obviously have to edit it back in, but here it is. The ostinato will play 1 E and The main sticking will simply be single strokes. 1 E and Here we go. You can see that's very, very hard. I think my top speed at that is about 30 beats a minute. It's a whole lot of work, but it sure pays off. And I love practicing things like this. The main rule that I hold when I practice and when I teach is whatever I'm working on, if I'm not looking at it and I'm not hearing myself say something as I do it, waste of my time, okay? The counting and the inclusion of all these things and the use of your eyes, that's all there to keep you right on the verge of a mistake, because that's where all the magic happens in your brain. And I highly suggest that you look into things like the talent code and talent is overrated to find out how practicing works on your brain. These are simply techniques to help activate that and make it happen. So anyway, that's what I like to drive myself crazy with, and I hope that you enjoy driving yourself crazy with it too.